So imagine you lock eyes with a total stranger in a roaring crowd of 80,000 people at a World Cup match.
Right. I mean, a decade ago, that person simply becomes a ghost in your memory.
Exactly. But today, you can actually deploy this massive global digital army to find them cooking in a kitchen 4,000 miles away.
Which is just wild to think about.
It really is. So for today's deep dive, we're pulling a story from Jarade.com about the Brazilian influencer Marie Menezes. She had this super fleeting interaction with a Moroccan fan during the Morocco-Brazil match, caught it on video, and just decided, I have to find this guy.
It's basically like finding a needle in a global haystack, except the haystack is the entire internet, and literally everyone is helping you look.
Yeah, we're looking at how that single impulse turned millions of idle scrollers into a distributed global detective agency.
And the sheer scope of this search is what makes it so fascinating. Because it wasn't just her followers looking,
Right.
people essentially acted as distributed nodes in a giant human search engine.
But hold on, because I see videos of strangers at sporting events literally every single day, and they usually max out at a few thousand views before just dying in the feed.
Oh yeah, they get buried instantly.
Right. So why did this specific video mobilize a global manhunt instead of just getting totally buried?
Well, it really comes down to how the World Cup temporarily rewires social media algorithms. Usually, digital networks are super heavily siloed by language and geography.
So, a Brazilian influencer's content stays mostly in Portuguese-speaking spheres.
Precisely. But during the World Cup, the platforms optimize for cross-cultural, event-specific engagement. Users bridge these silos using event hashtags, visual cues like jersey
Oh,
colors.
and shared location data, right.
Exactly.
Mm.
So when she posted the video, the algorithm wasn't just showing it to her usual fans in Sao Paulo.
It recognized the context.
Yeah, it saw the Moroccan jersey, the stadium location, and just pushed it across those algorithmic borders straight into Middle Eastern and North African feeds.
That is just so crazy.
It is. And from a psychological standpoint, audiences are practically primed for this during massive global events. The World Cup creates this temporary environment where vastly different cultures share the exact same physical space and emotional highs.
So when viewers saw this fleeting bond, they just really wanted a romanticized narrative.
Basically, yeah. They essentially weaponize their own desire for closure to push the video across all these platforms.
And the crowdsourced logistics actually worked out. Users didn't just passively watch.
No, they were super active. They cross-referenced background stadium footage, translated Arabic comments, and traced digital footprints.
Until they actually identified him as Mohammed al-Maghribi. But this is where the geography of the story completely fractured my expectation.
Oh, the location twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you hear a Moroccan fan at the World Cup, you naturally assume the search ends with him back in Casablanca or Marrakech, right?
It is a totally logical assumption, but it ignores the reality of modern diaspora and global labor mobility.
Instead, the internet traced him not to Morocco, but to Switzerland, where he was working full-time as a chef.
The digital trail literally bypassed his home country entirely and zeroed in on a kitchen in the Swiss Alps.
It's incredible.
It perfectly illustrates how decentralized networks operate today. I mean, they don't care about traditional borders at all. They just follow data footprints.
Right, so the Brazilian community mobilized the Moroccan community.
Exactly. Who then leveraged their own international digital networks to find a guy in Switzerland.
And it didn't even stop there. After they finally connect and have a face-to-face video call, Marie invites him to reunite with her in New York.
If you plot those geographical dots, you have Brazil, Morocco, a stadium in North America, a kitchen in Switzerland, and a planned reunion in New York. It is a perfect snapshot of our hyper-connected reality.
We usually think of the internet as this place where organic human connection just goes to die in echo chamber.
Yeah, but this just completely flips that script entirely.
It's engineering serendipity. A fleeting moment that would have been totally lost to history a decade ago is preserved, analyzed, and acted upon by millions of strangers collaborating in real time.
It really is something else.
For you listening, this totally changes the paradigm of what it means to cross paths with someone. We carry devices that turn any random encounter into a potential global search query. It's not just about the world shrinking, it's about our capacity to actively pull the strings of that smaller world.
It definitely leaves us with a compelling question. If a chaotic 10-second encounter in a stadium can trigger a transcontinental algorithm, a video call in Switzerland, and a flight to New York, Well, how many potential life-changing connections do you walk past every single day, just waiting for the right digital spark to bring them into existence?